Hey, welcome back, guys. Look what we have here. One of our long lost, forgotten reports. Whew, I tell you what, this whole pandemic that we've been going through has really wreaked havoc on a lot of things. I haven't done a Monday market coin report in over a month due to the fact that some of the big auction companies like Great Collections and Heritage had pushed back a lot of their auctions, especially Great Collections, who I rely upon every single week to deliver some very amazing and stimulating just overall coin sales. But thankfully, I've had to use the pocket change report in lieu of the Monday market report. So I'm happy to reintroduce the Monday market report for the week ending April 4th. Okay, so what's changed? Great Collections wrapped up a sale this week. Okay, they had pushed everything back, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And now we could go back to discussing what I feel like is more along the lines an unbelievable outcome in spite of where our economy is today. Um, you're going to find on this list there's a lot of coins that sold for a lot of money unexpectedly. A few of the coins on the list wouldn't be known as a big key date or something to that effect. We're talking about common everyday coins here, guys, and it just goes to show you that when collectors have the means and the money, they're going to go ahead and spend it. Okay, a lot of people are taking up their hobbies and they're going full force into it while they're on this kind of like leave of absence from work and everything like that. So as you can see on the list, and as I'm about to show you, there's still a lot of activity today. So be especially pay extra mind to all the coins on the list. Keep in mind that if you're looking to sell quality graded coins, I'm happy to say that a lot of the coins are still selling for market value. There's not as much dip as I thought there would be at this point. Maybe on certain coins, 10 to 20% dip, especially on the more common material. But you're going to see on this list there's a lot to be thankful for. So I'm going to have my little mouse pointer floating around in the event that we need to highlight specific areas of a coin. So we're going to go ahead and start, and all of the listings are from Great Collections, okay? I didn't put up any eBay, anything on this list. It's all Great Collections. Kind of like a welcome back segment to Great Collections auctions. So we have this particular coin right here. That's first on the list. It's a 1983 Lincoln cent that also features the well-known double die reverse. So as you can see on this example, you have strong doubling on all of the letters on the reverse of the coin. You guys know that this is a staple in variety collecting, especially for Lincoln cent enthusiasts. This particular example is an NGC Mint State 67 full red, and it sold for $1,103.62. It's a nice high grade. Of course, it commanded all the money for this grade, and it's a nice, suitable looking coin too as well. This would fit into just about any type of collection, from one that collects Lincoln cents to another that collects varieties, and then of course registry sets. So the next coin that we have here, and I'm gonna use this as kind of like a word of advice for a lot of you that's looking for new material to kind of cherry pick through. This 1971S Lincoln Memorial cent is indeed a proof coin. The proof sets that these are found in from 1970 all the way up to current date are affordable, okay? And oftentimes they're just kind of cobbled away in boxes, in closets, and you just never know what you're going to find on these particular proof and mint sets. This particular coin, however, is a nice cherry picker's guide variety. It's the double die obverse FS101 in the cherry picker's guide. Features a lot of nice doubling in the date, Liberty, To a lesser extent, In God We Trust, but this is one of the coins that are chased probably not as much as it should be. Okay, it is a PCGS Proof 67 full red, and this one sold for $547.88. A pretty well-rounded sale for a coin that typically is commonly overlooked in these proof sets. Alright, so we got another one here for you. This time we got the 57 Lincoln Wheat Cent type. Okay, this one is a nice high grade, and probably the first one that's going to make your eyes pop when I tell you how much it sold for. But in any event, this is a PCGS Mint State 67 full red, a very pretty example. It is also CAC certified, as indicated by this little green sticker on the slab label. And it's also got a little bit of red toning on the obverse. It's a really pretty, well-presented coin. It's not what I would consider to be like knock your socks off, like why is a big reason why this thing sold for the kind of money it did. But it did bring home $2,436.75. A very sensible inclusion for a registry set. All right, and that's those individuals that participate in assembling, rather nice, high-end, high-grade Lincoln cents by date and mint mark. All right, so we have another nice one here. This is a tougher date, even though it's a Philadelphia minted coin, but the 1932 Lincoln Wheat Cent that you see here before you is a nice, pleasing PCGS Mint State 66 full red. It is also CAC certified, so it's got the backing of another guarantee company. But this is a nice, tough date. You just don't see them anything higher than 64 in full red. This one sold for $1,041.75 this evening. All right, so the last Lincoln cent on the list is one that I haven't really talked about in years past. It's a 1910 Lincoln Wheat Cent. The only thing is, this one is a matte proof. All right, it's hard to differentiate this coin to a regular business strike. They're both equally tough to find in full red and in mint state, okay, especially at this level. But usually on the matte proofs, you're going to have a nice, sharp, kind of blocky rim and edge to the coin in comparison to a regular business strike variant. Now this one right here is a PCGS Proof 67 full red, CAC certified, the whole bit. But to give you an idea of why these are so popular, even it has, some carbon spots on there, which to a lot of collectors are detractors. But to give you an idea of just the overall value of these coins in the marketplace, because the mintages are minuscule on these, this one sold for $20,812.50. And there you go. That's the penny roundup there. So we have a couple nickels. Okay, the first one here is this 1958 Philadelphia Jefferson nickel. Okay, so this is one of your perennial tough dates to find with a nice sharp strike. That'll show full details on these steps right here. Now this one has a few of those planchet marks that I always talk about, so I'm kind of marginal on this particular coin anyways. But it is a PCGS Mint State 66 Plus with full steps designated on the label. And come no surprise that one of these, sells for quite a bit of money. But given these times, it's even more surprising that this one brought home $12,937.50. A relatively common date coin that not a lot of people know, outside of like the registry set Jefferson nickel collectors, that there's a lot of value to these, okay? And there you go. It's just proof in the pudding that a medium graded Jefferson nickel that doesn't look all that in a bag of chips, to be honest, still manages to sell for, a life-changing amount of money. All right, so we got a couple Buffalo nickels, a couple of my favorites on the list, starting with this 37S. Now, why is this one relevant in the annals of The Monday Market Report, well, it's a relatively common date. Okay, anything 1930s, whether it's a P, D, or S, can be had at these higher grades for a nominal sum of cash. Okay, I've picked up a lot of mint state examples that show tremendous luster and a sharp strike for under $50 for a lot of these dates. So this one right here, this 37S, is a real people pleaser. Got some of that original toning on not only the obverse, in the way of kind of like a woody tone, but the reverse shows a lot of nice kind of yellowing, all right, some gold in there, a little bit of rose action can be found on this coin. However, this one is a bomb of a grade. It's a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified, and this one brought home $6,468.75. The popularity of Buffalo nickels cannot be understated, even for the more common dates. If you hit it home with a nice numerical grade, they are equally as desirable as some of the earlier 19 teens and 20s Buffalo nickels in similar grade. So definitely keep an eye out for these 1930 Buffaloes. The other 1930 Buffalo nickel that we have is the 36. Okay, this is probably one of the more. This is between this one and the 37 Philadelphia are two of the most mass-produced Buffalo nickels. Okay, and again, this is a coin that can be had for under $50, raw in brilliant uncirculated condition. But this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified. Again, another high-end coin that was made and built for a registry set. This one sold for $1,576.12 this evening. All right, so we have one dime on the list, but at least we have one. And there's kind of a little bit of a good story with this one. This is a 1945 Mercury Dime. As you can see, it graded out really nice and high, PCGS. Mint State 68. However, this coin is missing in a lot of people's collections with full split bands. Okay, this is one of those rare instances where if you're able to find one with full split bands, we're talking about a coin that's worth between $50,000 to $100,000. Believe it or not, one of the more common dated Mercury Dimes is actually at the same time one of the big chase key dates in the series just by grade alone. Now take a look at this coin. It's no slouch. It's got a lot of originality, a lot of that original toning coming through on the obverse, and in the reverse you have a fully featured toning pattern that just takes over the entire coin on the reverse. But this one right here sold for $1,603.12. Keeping in mind some of the biggest bargains can be had even though it doesn't have the full split band designation on the slab label. Okay, a really nice coin, but these were all made and produced with pretty worn strikes on that center set of bands right there. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to Washington quarters. Now this one right here is pretty interesting in that the toning is not as desirable as I wanted to be. This particular coin right here probably sat in an environment where, both sides were covered with paper or something, like an old jewelry box or maybe an old album that wasn't archival in nature. So you had a lot of the acidity of the paper kind of reacting to the metal of this coin, but it's been exposed to a lot of it over many decades, and that's why you have this kind of like darkish, uneven, spotty, if not terminal, toning pattern on this coin. So this 49 Washington is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified as well, and this one brought home $852.34 this evening on Great Collections. And I love talking a good key date. Okay, we have a 1932S Washington quarter. That's a real peach. Okay, and this is one of the featured coins on Great Collections site for the past, I guess, 3 or 4 weeks since this coin effectively went out another 2 weeks because of everything going on out there today with the pandemic. But this particular coin right here is a nice PCGS Mint State 65 Plus. It's either going to be a nice registry set coin, or it's going to be a really nice addition to an all-purpose Washington quarter or typeset, for that matter. This is a coin that has a lot of staying power. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. It doesn't matter what kind of economy we're in. This is a coin that has a lot of legs in terms of its value. Now, this one right here is sold for $6,198.74. A truly magnificent piece, if I've ever seen one. And key dates like the 32D, 32S are very desirable in just about every grade, as long as they're not cleaned or damaged or anything like that. Then you're going to have a pretty good secondary market on those coins. All right, so we got another quarter here for you. This time it's a 1930S Standing Liberty quarter. Okay, one of my favorite designs all time. A lot of Art Deco, a lot of Roaring 20s and fabulous 30s just show through really well on this coin. The mint mark, if you don't know where it's at, is actually to the left of Lady Liberty's foot, right here on this pedestal. So, that's where the mint marks are on these coins. Now, this example is a really high grade, okay? It's a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus. CAC certified. Only thing is, it does not have a full head designation. That's where the head of Liberty is fully struck, where you can see an ear hole, and then you can see other bits and pieces like in the hair that are more well defined on this coin. But this one right here, however, sold for $3,387.38. A truly marvelous, very original type piece, and a great investment piece, to boot. All right, so this coin right here is going to not only turn heads, but it's also going to just garner a lot of talk. And I hope you guys talk about this in the chat comment section at the bottom of the video. But this is a 1970D Kennedy half dollar. Okay, it's a 40% silver composition coin. The coin itself is not rare, but it could only be found in mint sets. It was never intended for circulation unless someone was dumping and cutting out their old mint sets and then taking the coins and just depositing them into the bank. However, this one right here has kind of a interesting story to tell. The coins were not particularly well cared for in the QC department of the U.S. Mint. Okay, a lot of the coins had nicks and planchet marks and various myriad other issues. So finding one that strikes up well or has a lot of luster are few and far between. This one right here is a PCGS Mint State 67, which by itself is a registry set worthy candidate. But get this. This one sold for $7,031.25. When you take 1970 Kennedy half dollar and $7,000, those two kind of like words and phrases just don't add up when it comes to high dollar value for coins. But you find one that is a low pop, high end coin that's going to be made for a registry. You better believe that there's going to be a few bidders that are going to be going at it to own this, and sure enough, they did. They bid it up over $7,000. Crazy. Talk about pretty. Okay, this is not the typical candy half proof coin that you would find in a proof set. I could tell you this right now, but this one right here looks like it was off of a set of fresh dies. Okay, that were just they were reworked so that way. It had a lot of cameo contrast along with the black fields. This one has it all, baby. This is an NGC Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. It is not, and I repeat, it is not an accented hair variety coin. If it was, we'd be talking a much more expensive coin on the list. However, this one is just a really overall pleasing coin. and it sold for $1,932.84. Again, it's a common day kind of proof set coin, but finding one that has the same level of cameo all across the board, that's where the difficulty comes in. And then this one is just overall clean. And then finally, the last coin on the list is going to be this 1950 Franklin half dollar. And yes, it is another proof coin. It does have a light mintage because it's just one of the tougher, lower mintage proof coins out there, or sets rather. However, this one is an NGC Proof 68 example, and that's it. It doesn't have any cameo, it doesn't have ultra cameo, nothing like that. This is kind of the general appearance of these coins. There's just not many examples out there with the cameo contrast, but it sure is interesting to see one that looks quite like this that sold for $23,185.12. That's still a lot of money, guys, for this coin. So, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up on this edition of the Monday Market Report. Welcome back, guys. I'm glad I was able to make this one happen for you. I'm glad Great Collections was able to pull through a great auction. A lot of interesting high dollar coins. This, there were more than just the 15 I talked about. Go ahead and check it out on our website, greatcollections.com. Take your mind off things. Look at some really beautiful, stunning coins. You never know. You might find something on the list that you want to add and put your stimulus money toward it. You never know. But anyways, it was a huge pleasure. I want to thank you guys for joining and watching into this video. Again, as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notification. And I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. You guys stay safe, be cool and kind. And as always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Enjoy the hobby. And if you don't have a hobby, this is a great one to jump into right now. All right, you guys take care, have fun, and I'll see you on the next.